On Capitol Hill, energy policy was at the forefront of the legislative agenda. On July 21st, the House considered the Domestic Energy and Jobs Act. The bill, which was supported heavily by Republicans, would make more federal lands available to onshore oil and gas drilling. In the bill, if President Obama decides to use oil from the Strategic Petroleum Reserve, domestic oil production would have to be matched. Republicans like Utah Representative Rob Bishop emphasized that this bill would create jobs in the energy sector.
Energy is an absolute prerequisite to our economic engine and creates jobs. If this administration ever hopes to get employment down during its tenure, then helping to develop more domestic energy is the key.
In the end, the bill passed with 248 votes in favor and 163 votes opposed. 19 Democrats voted for the bill, but a vast majority of Democrats opposed the legislation, like Colorado Representative Jared Polis, who argued that the bill was not in the best interests of citizens but corporations.
While there is an attempt to dress this up as a jobs package, it's really a wish list for the oil industry that has no chance of becoming law, a huge giveaway to the oil industry at the expense of the health of American families, the health of our environment, and our enjoyment and recreational opportunities and economic opportunities on public lands.
The Republican-controlled House has pushed straight ahead on supporting fossil fuel-centered energy programs. This is a stark contrast from the Senate. The majority Democratic-controlled Senate has decided to pass a resolution that endorses the way the EPA regulates air pollution from coal power plants. It's just another example of the tug-of-war on the Hill over the direction of America's energy policy.
None of these bills have been enacted, but they have passed the House several times in this Congress. And the Republican-led House keeps trying time and time again, wasting congressional time to pass the same old legislation in full knowledge that it won't be enacted. So, I mean, this is the epitome of a dysfunctional Congress, really. These guys are wasting congressional time, really, to score political points about energy and oil.
The Real News spoke with Lauren Stockman, who's the research director at the nonprofit organization Oil Change International. According to one of their recently released reports, representatives who voted in favor of the Domestic Energy and Jobs Act have taken almost $11 million from the fossil fuel industry in this Congress alone. Those voting against the act have taken just under $1.5 million for the same time period. Some of the greatest offenders of taking campaign contributions from oil, gas, and coal industry are mostly Republicans. Oil Change International compiled a list of what they call the top 10 dirtiest politicians. Topping that list was Speaker of the House John Boehner. He received close to $575,000 in campaign contributions. Stockman said that this relationship reinforces money's power in influencing Congress.
Contributions from these companies jumping up when they become Speaker. So John Boehner became Speaker in January 2010, and since then his contributions shot up, and he's become the recipient of the most money from dirty energy companies since the beginning of this Congress. Dirty energy companies working in the oil, gas, and coal industry have usually favored Republicans over time. But in the current Congress, they have shown more favor towards Republicans at any time in the last, since 1999, and at any time in the last 7 Congresses. So they're now, 83% of the money that's going to incumbent representatives in the House is now going to Republicans, and the rest going to Democrats.
Now with the Domestic Energy and Jobs Act passed in the House, it will make its way to the Senate, where it will likely be ignored again. And it will likely be dead on arrival if it reaches President Obama's desk. The White House has already threatened to veto the measure. On Capitol Hill, Jessica Devereaux, The Real News Network.